What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today is a massive day because we finally got our hands on the Modern Warfare 3 beta. It's not on PlayStation. It's not on something that's a little bit more foreign to me. I got to play it on my own PC. I got to give it a shot. I got all the way up to level 24. I put in a lot of work. Of course, I'm going to be grinding out more of this game. So if you guys want to catch that live and in action, I'll be streaming again today at around 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time. That's usually when I've been putting up the stream, and we go for about 4 to 5 hours. So of course, if you guys want to check that out, make sure you go down in the description of this video. You can find the link to my Kick channel down there, along with all of my other socials like Twitter, Discord, all that good stuff. But today I wanted to go ahead and just specifically give you guys my first initial impressions of this game. And obviously, as the days go by, I'm going to dissect the game a bit more, try to bring some more negatives, into the light, because there are some negatives to discuss. But at the end of the day, like I said, I just want to give my first initial impressions. I put 4 hours in, and I got to be honest, I hopped it right off. I load this video right up, and I'm ready to just let it rip because, to be honest with you guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is probably the best COD game that we've gotten in the past 4 to 5 years. From Modern Warfare 2019 up to current date, this is it. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's true. Now, of course, there is something that's holding it back. Skill-based matchmaking, obviously. I have to always go ahead and say this in the beginning of the video, but that's obvious. I already knew skill-based matchmaking was in the game, and I knew it was going to be thick. And I didn't want to make a video specifically about skill-based matchmaking just yet until the open beta comes out and more people are online. Because if you really think about it, the only people who are playing today, and basically the other day as well, are people who pre-ordered the game, die-hard fans, sweats, so on and so forth. So when the beta gets a little bit more open, we'll test out the skill-based matchmaking then. But currently, my God, you're going to be sweating your life away. It sucks because that will really kill a good game. A game could be polished off to the max. Sledgehammer could do everything in the world to fix things and make the community happy. But as long as that matchmaking is in place, the experience is just ridiculous. I mean, I'm playing pub matches, and these games are going down to the wire. Now, this footage you're watching right here is a little bit better of gameplay. I got 2 casual games. This match that you're watching here, and I got 1 more gameplay, but all my other footage is just competition. So definitely prep yourself for a lot of competitive gameplays. Nothing wrong with that. I like competition. I enjoy sweating it out from time to time. I enjoy whipping someone up and making it a little bit salty, Nothing wrong with that. But I do want to just put this out there. If you're a casual player, you don't have much time on your hands, don't expect to be able to have a very good experience. And it sucks because it's going to cloud your judgment of what this game truly is. But it's the truth. It's going to make you sweat whether you like it or not, and that is probably going to be a deciding factor right there for a lot of you guys. But putting skill-based matchmaking aside, yeah, there's a handful of issues, but I had a lot of fun. Honestly, the time to kill, I've noticed it tremendously on the PC, because when I was playing on controller, the aim assist was pretty sticky for me, so a lot of my shots were landing. But now that I'm back on PC, obviously, I have to, really, strict down my aim to make sure I stick on people. And this is definitely longer than what I expected. I initially thought it was around like World War II, maybe a little bit higher up to Cold War, but it's already been proven, I think by exclusive Ace, that the time to kill is actually an in-between of Black Ops Cold War and Black Ops 4. And low-key, it's like a modern-day Black Ops 4. It really is. The gameplay, the game style, the way enemies actually move or rotate, it's Black Ops 4. There's not much camping. There's not many people just sitting around. It's literally what you did in Black Ops 4. You would pair up with 1 or 2 other teammates, you would run it up, and you would trade kills. You would trade bodies. You would stack your health and try to overcome the opponents. Now, I will say it's not as bad as it was in Black Ops 4, where, the stacking of teammates. But it's still there. It's a bit better. You don't have to. It's not necessary, but you will definitely want to play a little bit more, as a unit when it comes to certain games like Kill Confirmed. You're going to want to trade out tags. TDM, you're going to want to trade out kills, because if you come up to a 1v2, 1v3 situation, you're just going to let your team down. You're either going to give up a bunch of kills on TDM and lose the game, or you're going to give up a bunch of tags. Domination Hardpoint, obviously, you can work around it. You don't have to trade off kills as much, especially with the cool new, what is it called, the AMS? Oh my God, bro. Again, leave it to Sledgehammer to do everything the community asked for. All we wanted was a game that was built around skill, and they add in a bunch of things that incorporate skill. Movement, time to kill, equipment. There's way less campy crap in this game and way more aggressive stuff. Things that they want you to actually move, rotate, use, objective-based stuff. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for features that aren't supposed to slow down the freaking game. That's why Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 2019 suffered so much. Even though they had good gameplay, good animations, it was literally held back tremendously by, 1, map design, obviously. Well, Modern Warfare 2, I enjoyed the maps. Modern Warfare 2019 tremendously with the map designs. And 2, the features in the freaking game. Everything was built so you would camp your ass off. But now, I gotta be honest, from my experience with the created class system, obviously, as I dig deeper, I will unlock more opinions. But first impressions, for the 4 to 5 hours that I played up to level 24, like, literally all my opponents have been rushing me. They've been pushing me. They've been stacking with their teammates, and it's all because of the way the time to kill is, the movement is, and also the equipment revolving around the game itself. This right here is a Call of Duty game that is going to require skill. And that sucks because with skill-based matchmaking tuned so high, it's going to be annoying because a lot of people don't want to deal with that, but it's the truth. This game is going to have a massive skill gap whether people like it or not, and it's either you're going to have to adapt or not adapt. It's going to be a pain in the ass for a lot of people, but it's the truth. There's tons of things that are incorporated into this game that will definitely differentiate someone who is just hopping into the experience compared to someone who is actually, a seasoned vet when it comes to Call of Duty, which again is what a lot of people have been asking for. People don't want a game that is hyper-focused towards the noobs. They want a game that rewards you for getting better at the title. It sucks because, again, skill-based matchmaking can hold you back, but when it comes down to gameplay, it's there. It's really sad because it's $70 DLC. It really is. I can't lie. Even though I said the game reminds me of Black Ops 4, it only reminds me of Black Ops 4 because of the gameplay, the time to kill. It really makes you play with your team, play the objective, and, work a certain way compared to a game with 100 HP. Or even Black Ops Cold War had 150 HP, but it was still a bit, faster than it was in Black Ops 4, which made it a little bit different. But in here, it really does try to mimic a little bit of that Black Ops 4 gameplay. But it is Modern Warfare 2. Everything down to the UI, everything is Modern Warfare 2. There's no denying that. Simply no denying that. They might have changed gameplay around, but this could have been a patch. It's hard because I can't really suggest this for $70. $35, $40, I might be able to see people squeezing this in, but $70, that's up to you guys. But I just simply don't think it's worth it. This could have easily been patched into Modern Warfare 2. They could have easily added in all the Modern Warfare 2 maps, OG 2009 maps. They could have easily added in all these new weapons, and we could have just had a brand new DLC drop that would have been huge, massive. People would hop back into the game, massive overhaul to the movement and game design, so people are excited for it, like it's a new title almost. Easy peasy. But instead, Activision chose the route of overcharging this game because they're greedy. But again, it comes down to who to blame, okay? Sledgehammer is not to blame here, ladies and gentlemen. And I know people are going to try to pin stuff on them. And trust me, I'm notorious for pinning stuff on developers, okay? I'm constantly complaining about the crap that they put us through. But this is the first time where as a player that's just looking for a bit of a skill gap is actually enjoying that overall experience. What it comes down to is Activision's practices. They're hyper-focused on microtransactions. They're hyper-focused on their over-dramatic skill-based matchmaking system. And they're hyper-focused on scheming the community out of every penny that they got by instead of just putting out a patch, a little minor DLC that would cost less, they still want to overcharge for a quote-unquote brand new game. It's rough, but that's the real reality of this title. But like I said, with that stuff aside, if you just want my genuine opinion of the gameplay itself, I really dig the experience. I did. Of course, you guys can tune into my stream if you don't believe me. I don't really care. You guys do as you please. You could see me sweat my butt off. I don't mind. At the end of the day, like I said, when it comes down to what Sledgehammer has changed, they changed a lot of stuff for the community. Red dots on the minimap. I didn't get to try out Dead Silence yet, but that's in the game. They added in Stalker, which I do have a few concerns. Like I said, it's not all rainbows and, sunshine, flowers. It's not just that. There's negatives. Like, for example, the Stalker perk doesn't even really work. It feels like I'm not even moving any faster to the point where it's useless. I prefer all the other perks over the Stalker perk, which is really depressing because I was really looking forward to that. But again, these are all things that could be adjusted, changed, and we will go over this stuff as time goes on. But in reality, they still added it in. They still added it in. What the community asked for, if you put down a checklist of everything that we asked for between Modern Warfare 2019 to current date, we have literally nailed everything on that list besides the fact of skill-based matchmaking. And this might be a pretty ballsy thing to state, because I'm talking for myself personally. This can't be said for everybody. But I want to know what you guys think. Go down in the comment section and leave your opinions on if you agree or disagree. This is probably one of the best running betas I've ever played out of Call of Duty. And I get it. This is basically Modern Warfare 2, 2.0, whatever you want to call it. But seriously, this performed pretty darn good. Even the PlayStation 4 beta performed pretty decent. It had more problems than this one. But honestly, out of all the other betas, every beta that I play when it comes to Call of Duty, I can't get into parties. The matchmaking doesn't work. I get booted out every 5 seconds. I have to go into a stupid queue. I have to reset the game. All of the above. I'm basically trying to get into the experience more than I can actually play it. And during this whole beta, it opened up early. It was supposed to drop at 1 p.m. Eastern time. It dropped at 12 p.m. Eastern time. I got right in, no problems. And then once it hit 1 p.m. Eastern time, the server shut down just for like literally 5 minutes. That's it. They reset. There was a little bit of a queue. That's all. Got right back in. And then for a straight 4 hours, nothing, nada, no problems. Zip. Maybe a little packet burst here and there, but nothing. Like, that was pretty impressive to me. But again, I don't know. The point being made here is that Sledgehammer, I'm pretty proud of you guys. You guys are slowly approaching a point where you might be my favorite development team. It's not yet, obviously, because you have way too many rough games on your track record. But man, if you keep talking to the community, if you keep discussing stuff with us, keeping it open, making changes we request, not just for Warzone, but for multiplayer. Multiplayer is important, and it seems like they're prioritizing it a little bit, but I don't know. Once Warzone drops, like I said, the tables always turn, so we'll see when that time comes. And also, I want to see them make future projects as well later down the road, not just Modern Warfare 3 here, but I want to see them understand the community to a point that we trust them. They need to gain trust. And when they get to that point, Sledgehammer, you might arguably be one of my favorite dev teams. But right now, Treyarch is still leading. We'll see how that goes, especially when in 2024, their game drops. We'll see how that is. But this will definitely be a game that could potentially hold people over. But again, it all depends on if you are willing to cough up a full price for DLC, and also if you're willing to compete. Because I'll tell you what, it's not enjoyable playing if you are not in the mood to sweat. Seriously, if you want to kick back, relax, if you're tired, exhausted, you will not want to play. That's a huge thing, too. Everything in this video has been pretty positive, but I'm stating the good changes they've made. But at the end of the day, that's still the reality of it. That skill-based matchmaking is present. So, yeah, if you don't want to get competitive in COD, I would not suggest it still at this point, at least not yet. Again, I'm going to do further testing when the open beta drops. I think it's just a bunch of sweats online right now, but literally for 5 hours, I got 2 games. The one that you're watching and another one that I'll probably showcase before all the sweaty games, but 2 games. I'm not performing bad. I'm topping the leaderboard all the time, getting crazy score, outscoring both teams, playing heavy OBJ. I'm playing the game. I'm enjoying the competition. But again, the game always goes down to the wire. The score is super tight. It's like basically a 1 KD, if not worse. It's a competitive match. And again, I know people don't enjoy that. They just simply don't enjoy that. But ladies and gentlemen, if you played already, go down in the comment section, leave your opinions on what you think of the game. Don't forget, also leave a like if you enjoyed this video. I guess if you hated this video, leave a dislike if you really feel like it. Also, guys, don't forget, subscribe and hit that bell on this channel because we do post daily here every single day, 8 in the morning Eastern time. There's going to be a bunch of content over here. We're going to be discussing everything from the good, the bad, even the in-between. Every single day. So if you guys want to stay tuned on that stuff, subscribe, hit that bell. And last but not least, I do have to mention this. I know I already mentioned it a couple of times before. We are going to be streaming today, probably around 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time. We'll go for about 4 to 5 hours. If you guys want to be a part of that, hang out with the community. We actually do open lobbies as well, so everybody's welcome to join. So if you are in the beta, you can always join us as well. If you guys are interested, I have a link to my Kick channel down in the description of this video. As always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.